They got to set it up for it.
Yeah, God, to make moves. Doobie don't snooze. It's on your back, cause they hate you. Dog break through, son get through. But don't break.
What's up? What's up? What's going on? What's going on? Another episode parlay with us. We got Hustle Stag, Stony Crooks. What's going on, man? What's going on? Yeah, so Mr. Beans, hopefully he may join us later. He's on a flight back. Sean Doe, he's handling a personal matter. So we got a two-man panel today. We got great content for you guys. Yeah, man, let's do it. Let's get this started, man. What's going on? What's going on with you, Stacks? What's going on?
Shit, man, chilling. Got the injury, man. Letting it detour the show. The show must go on. Injury, I'm on IR a little bit, but the show must go on, man. How about you?
Show must go on. Yeah, man, everything is good, man. Everything is good, man. The weather's beautiful. Man, great October day. A lot going on. Things could be better, man. But hey, you got to take it the way you get it, man. It's just, hey, man, whatever we got, we just got to just work with it, man. It's how it is, man. You know how it is.
That's Definitely. It, man. Where you want to start? With? Of course, we got to start off with the Pats.
Oh, man, we got to start off with the Pats, man. I mean, man, talking about starting the morning off on the wrong note. Man, you wake up for breakfast, man. You have a nice breakfast, man. You got the teams about to play early morning, and man, it's just like, man, they just ruined my appetite, man. What they play today, man. It's like, what's going on, man, with these guys, man? They show no heart, they show no hustle, they show no fight. I mean, they started off good, they started off fast, but it's
they did.
It's like, what happened, man? It's like, man. There's people that went outside to water their grass and came back and they down. They was up 10-0 when they went to water the grass. They come back and it's 2010.
Yeah, on some fluke shit too. Like, I mean, we got a quarterback. I can say that. Now we can legitimately say, looking forward to the future, we definitely got a quarterback. We got a piece to build around. I can say that. Definitely got a piece to build around with the kid. I like the kid. I think he's going to be good. You just got to build around him. Definitely got to put a number one receiver around him. The offensive line wasn't that bad today. It wasn't that bad. I felt like he had time to throw. I think the defense. Now I mean, the offense is okay. Now the defense is terrible. So you know what I'm saying?
Right, exactly.
At first, it was the offense
defense carrying us.
The defense was carrying us. Now it seems like it's flip-flop. This shit is wild, man. But like we said, we going into this season, man. We rebuilding, so it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, we in transition. We're trying to put things together. Everything is new. This is like the first year where we got a new coach, new coaching staff. We got a new quarterback at the helm. Everything is new. So, what we hope for is that we saw something. We was hoping that we would see something in these guys, in this group, where we can build off it, add more pieces as time goes on. But when you see a team not showing any type of hustle, not showing any type of fight, it's frustrating. It's frustrating, but this is the things that we go through when a team is rebuilding. But we hate to see a team showing no heart, which they displayed today. They displayed no heart. I mean, Jacksonville was just running the ball up and down the field. I mean, they took damn near the whole third quarter going into the fourth. Before it was like 5 minutes left and we're down by 9. So we couldn't get stops. We couldn't get off the field. We couldn't make plays. It was tough. It was tough to see, I get it. We're in transition, we're rebuilding. But at the same time, we like to see some fight. We like to see some grit. We like to see a team that's that's trending in the right direction. But what we see now is a team that's just not going anywhere. They just not showing anything. So it was tough to see this morning.
Yeah, man, it was tough, L. But like you said, there's a couple of positions that trended in the right direction, I would say. But I think that linebacker core still got to get some speed, man. I just think it's slow at that position. I like Gonzalez, even though he got burnt today. That was the first time I ever seen him get burnt, really.
On that long play, right?
That long play. So I could live with that with him.
Yeah, that was and it wasn't an easy catch. It was a
tough
great
catch.
catch.
He was right there. Gonzalez was right there. So, but I mean that defensive line, I like Keon White. I would say if I had to point out a position, Keon White looks like he's going to be okay. We still got Barrymore coming back when he comes back from the injury. It just seems like you said, man, it's gonna have to be. It's a rebuild year, bro.
Yeah, it's a rebuild year, but you want to see something, I mean, I wasn't expecting too much this year, but I was hoping that I saw something where, okay, we got something here, I mean, we pretty much could agree that we have our quarterback. We can agree with that. It looked like we're gonna have to put more pieces around him. We're going to have to address that offensive line, but we need to find the identity of this team. We need to find the identity of this team. We need to find out who's in here for the long haul, who's here, who's going to be here throughout these times that we're going through now, and is going to be here for hopefully those good times, which I know it's going to come. I mean, man, we've been winning for a long time, and now we're in a space that we're not familiar with. But we also need to remind ourselves where everything started, and that started from players playing hard, playing really hard, and trying to get better every day. So that's what we're hoping for. We're gonna go through this right now, but we're hoping that we could find those players that's gonna want to play. And when you see a game like today where they couldn't stop the run, they couldn't stop a big play on special teams, which was just crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy in
itself. It was just a bad. It was just bad execution. And Bill used to always talk about it. Special teams is very important. He's right. Special teams, because that was a critical part of the game, that run back for the touchdown, because I think we was there. We was in a situation where we could have, we don't know what they would have done on that possession, but to give up that punt return, it set us back a lot, because it was a score.
A lot, man. Yeah. See, like every time we we just can't catch a break, man. Just can't catch. It seems like every time we right there, some shit go left. Like it ain't like with Patrick Mahomes when every time he need a break, he get a break. You know what I mean? So
yeah. When he needs a break, gets a break. Whether it's a defense, turnover, interception, something where it'll just slow things down a little bit and give us an opportunity to get back on track. But we just didn't have that today.
Yeah,
we just didn't have that today. But Mayo's press conference, you could tell he's frustrated right now. He called the team soft. He came out and said it. He called the team soft. And I don't know. We have to build off something. It seems like that win was like what, years ago? It's like
all that win did was kind of point us in the wrong direction. Man, it looked like we was gonna have something decent. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man, but enough on these cats, man. Let's run down the slate.
Yeah, let's go, man. Let's go. Yeah, so it was what it was. It started the morning off on a different note, but yeah, man. Yeah, let's go down the slate, man. So You have a big game this afternoon, which was great, was the Lions versus the Vikings.
Great game too, by the way.
Great game.
Great game,
Great
by the way.
game, man.
That was built up to be exactly what it said it was going to be. Like
Yes.
that was a great game. I mean, I'm trying pulling up the stats here now.
Yes, man, back and forth. It was a back and forth game to the end. And man, let me tell you, the Lions, they listen, that team, if they
don't backtrack now. You said they was going to take a step back.
I thought they were gonna, hey, look, I was wrong. I'm gonna sit here and just let you know, sit here and say it. I was wrong. I admit it. I was wrong. I thought they were gonna take a step back.
They look like a Super Bowl contender, to be honest with you.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. I mean, offensively, man, this team could kill you in so many ways, whether it's the running back, whether it's the wide receiver, whether it's the tight end. Man, this team is just so talented, man, all across the board. They got so many players that can make plays. I mean, there was a wide receiver that I didn't even really know about. I think it was Franklin, the kid Franklin.
Yeah.
I didn't know about that guy. I didn't. Is it? No, it's not. Was it Frank? I'm trying to see who scored that touch. Raymond, not Franklin. Raymond.
Raymond been around the league a little bit. He's been like a journeyman. He's bouncing around, but everywhere he goes, he's decent. He ain't gonna break.
Yeah, he's not exactly, but he makes those plays though. He scored a key touchdown for these guys in the game that they regained the lead, because it was just back and forth. This was a back and forth game. I mean, you thought Detroit had these guys because they was up, I think, a touchdown, maybe by over a touchdown. They was up by almost 2 touchdowns. I think in the third quarter. And what happened with that game was Goff threw an interception that helped the Vikings get that lead again, because the Vikings were down by two touchdowns.
Yeah, they was, man.
They were down by a couple of touchdowns, and I think they scored a field goal, but then they got that key turnover on Goff. Goff threw an interception. No. He didn't throw an interception. Montgomery fumbled, and they ran it back for a touchdown. That's what happened.
Yeah, they got Goff was efficient too, boy. 22 for 25, 280, yes. two touches. That's an efficient day. Jahmyr Gibbs, 15, 116, 2 touches. Like that.
Yes.
I keep saying this. I mean, I think they should be featuring that kid Gibbs and Montgomery seems like he's taken away from that kid. I know they got a good 1-2 punch at running back, but I think it should be more Gibbs than Montgomery, if you ask me.
I agree. And it seemed like it's been like that for a while. And it's talked about it, because this kid came out like he was going to be the guy. And it seemed like they was like preserving him for some reason. There was many times where he wasn't getting that rock like he should have been getting it. He wasn't getting that run. They would give it to him, but it seemed like they was managing him for a while. Like they was preserving them for whatever the case may be, because they spoke about that. They was wondering why they wasn't using them as much.
Yeah, man. Then you had the Vikings. We got Sam Darnold, 22, another efficient game, 22 for 27, 259, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. And Aaron Jones, 14 for 93, 1 touchdown. JJ, what JJ had Justin Jefferson, 7 yards.
Yeah, 7 receptions for 81 yards.
Yeah.
But that touchdown, he was beasting on that touchdown. That touchdown he caught was, man, let me tell you, this kid, and he's getting this like really working for it. Like,
yeah,
Jefferson really worked for his numbers. It's not like easy numbers, easy catches.
Yeah.
Every time you see this guy, he's snatching the ball out the air. He's snatching it out the, like, whoever's defending him. Like, he's really fighting for these receptions and these touchdowns, because that touchdown, he had to fight for that.
Yeah.
It wasn't like an easy throw to him. So man, I'll give it to him, man. That guy's an animal, man. He's a beast, man. He's a beast, man. And man, shout out to Jefferson, man. That guy, he's really like fighting for his, literally, you know,
Yeah.
because that play, he had to fight for that catch.
He did, man. Shout out the best receiver in the league to me. That's my
Yeah. Best receiver in the league. I agree with that. And this game came down to that last possession. I mean,
yeah, it did.
you know, Detroit had to drive and kick that field goal, man. Let me tell you that this game lived up to the billing. It lived up to the billing, man. It was that type of game, man. That was a great game, man. Let's go on to the next game that was pretty good. And let me tell you, this was an interesting game, man. The Texans and the Packers.
It was. That was another
That
good
was
game.
an interesting game, man. Let me tell you. That was an interesting game, man. And yo, shout out to the Packers, man. They got a quarterback. They got a quarterback for their future, man. Because this quarterback, man, he always finds himself in a game where he has to drive to make that game winning touchdown or that game winning field goal, which they did in this game right here, man. They had to come back.
Yeah,
because the Texans was on their ass the whole game.
That defense is tough. Like CJ Stroud, man, he didn't play well at all today. He was 10 for 21, only 86 yards, man.
Yeah.
I think Joe Mixon kind of bailed them out today. Offensively, Joe Mixon was 25 touches, 25 totes, 115 and 2 touches. So yeah, that shit was crazy. I was shocked about how the Texans on offense, how bad they played because they've been playing so well.
Exactly, they've been playing really well, but hey, man, they hampered on. They missing a lot of key offensive players, though, man. I mean, they missing
Nico Collins.
I mean, Tank Dell was there, but he's
targets, man. I'm looking at the thing. Right? He was dead. None of them receivers today. None of them. The most targets today was Stephon Diggs, and he only had 7.
Yeah,
you mean? So exactly. I don't know what was going on with that passing attack today, but it didn't look good, man. It just didn't look good. Then on the other hand, you got Jordan Love, 24 for 33, 223 touchdowns, man. And then you got Josh Jacobs, 12, 76, and then 1 passing touchdown, but he would just pack targets like Dobbs 10, 6. Yeah, he was spreading that thing around. Jordan Love was.
Yeah, and he's good for that. He's good for that. So that makes you ask the question about Stroud. I mean, we know Nico Collins is guy. Can he be a great quarterback without his main target? Can he adjust to that? Was he too Nico Collins heavy where he just doesn't know how to, implement his other wide receivers? I mean, I don't understand, but who knows? I mean, maybe
they still got a good cast with Diggs and
they do.
Yeah,
they do. I mean, look, they did something well because they was leading late in the game. They defense just didn't hold it up for them. That's what this case was, because they were up late in the game. It just came down to their defense stepping it up and making a stop on Green Bay. That's what it came down to. So Stroud did his job, up until that point, because I don't think they didn't have time, because I think Green Bay had the ball until the last couple of seconds when they kicked that field goal. They made sure that that drive, they wasn't going to leave any time for Houston. So, they're going to be there. I mean, Houston's going to be there.
Houston's going to be there. It's going to be there.
They doing their thing, man. That this was a great game. 2 great quarterbacks. They went back and forth. They battled. That was a great game. The next game that I saw that was pretty good. Let me see here down the slate. Man, the Commanders got in that ass against the Panthers.
That was expected.
And they didn't miss a beat because they lost Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels went down with an injury. I think his ribs or something like that. He didn't come back.
Yeah, he came back on the sideline, but like you said, he didn't come back. And then Yeah, he did. He came back on the sideline, which was at least he came back. If the injury is like real bad, they
He
just
went,
don't.
yeah.
Yeah, they ain't back on the field at all.
Yeah, it's always good to see that player come back, because at least you know it wasn't that severe where he had to stay wherever he was at, and continue to aid that injury. The Bills Titans. I mean, it looked like the Titans was going to give the Bills a run for their money, but the Bills ran away with it towards the end. The Seahawks Falcons. That game was interesting for a little bit.
Yeah, it was. Seattle pulled away later. Shout out to Geno Smith, man. That dude is. Yeah, you think Seattle? Not yet, right? Not yet to go get a quarterback behind him. Not yet. They can keep rocking with Geno for a little while.
They could keep rocking with Geno. They could keep rocking with Geno. They got a great system going right now. They got a great system. They got a great wide receiver core. They got an excellent running back that could catch the ball out the backfield and make plays with that. He just doesn't. He don't only just catches the ball, but he can make plays. He scored a receiving touchdown today. He could run the ball. He's a great running back that fits that system that they run. They got great wide receivers. They got the young guy in Smith, Nigma.
And you got my man DK Metcalf's there.
Metcalf, which is a beast. You could just throw the ball at him, man. He's gonna grab that shit, man. That guy is what, like 6'5", 250. I mean, he's a beast.
Remind me of Megatron a little bit, Calvin Johnson.
Yeah, yes, exactly. Same thing. I agree 100%. He reminds me of Megatron as well, man. The same stature, just a big guy, man.
Yeah.
Catch that ball, man. So they got a great thing going on. I think they defense, they may need to work on that a little bit.
Yeah.
I feel like the linebacker core may need some upgrades. They need a little bit of upgrades in the defense. But Geno Smith is he's that type of quarterback you want. He's a warrior. He's a fighter, man. I seen him make some plays, and I seen plays that he made that his wide receivers might have let him down by dropping the ball or not hustling for the ball. But I see a guy that can play that quarterback position. Geno Smith, he's that guy. He found a home in Seattle because he came up through the Jets, and he was off to a slow start in terms of his career. But man, that guy, he's a fighter. He's a fighter. Yeah. I seen enough of his play to really give him that title as a warrior and as the guy that you can ride with as your quarterback. You can ride with that guy because that guy, he's gonna win you the game. He's gonna keep you close in the game, and he's gonna give you that chance to win the game. So yeah, shout out to Seattle and for them making that decision of keeping him and releasing Russell Wilson at the time, because I think that was the quarterback tandem, right?
Yep, that was the quarterback. Geno was the backup. Yep.
Right. So they got some good things going on with them. And this was a big win for them. This is on the road against a formidable.
Yeah. I mean, Atlanta was riding a nice little winning streak where they was putting up points. So that was a nice little, like you said, that was a nice little win for them.
Yeah, that was a good win, a good nice bounce backs. I think they lost last week. I don't know I know they lost last week, and I was this at home. They lost last week, so this was a good bounce back game for them. But it was a great game. It was tight throughout the game, and I think, of course, I mean, Cousins turned the ball over. I think he got sacked for a pick six. Not a pick six, but he got sacked for a touchdown. They sacked him, fumbled.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins.
They ran it back.
Yeah, it was 24 for 35, 232, one touchdown, 2 interceptions though. That's what killed him. They actually ran the ball today.
Yeah, they ran the ball good today. Yeah, Bijan did.
Bijan finally got 21 touches, 103, and 1 touchdown. That's good numbers.
Yeah, that's good numbers, man. That's good numbers, and they're gonna need that from him. They're gonna need that a lot from him. They're gonna need more play out of the wide. They're going to need more. Pitts look like he's coming around. Pitts has 7 receptions, 65 yards. You know, they're going to need more from London. London's going to have to come with Mooney. Darnell Mooney's going to have to step it up. He's going to have to step it up. They need more from him, man.
Yeah.
They're going to need more from him because he's that. They rely on him to stretch the field, get those chunk yards and make plays. So they're going to need more from him if they want to have a chance in the postseason or even making it to the postseason.
Yeah. Then this next game, we got Philly and the Giants. That was the Philly needs that. You know, I like Philly. Everybody, that's my second favorite team. But that in a way, I be wanting Philly to lose so they can get rid of that coach, man. That dude just rubbed me the wrong way, dog. He did. I just don't mess with him. Yeah, I just don't mess with that dude, man. I mean, I'm happy they won, but Jalen Hurts, 10 for 14. 114, 1 touchdown. So hell, he didn't really throw the ball much. So yeah, Saquon. So they ran the ball pretty good because Saquon had 17 for 176, 1 touchdown. Gainwell ran it 13 times, 56 yards, and then Jalen Hurts ran it 7 times for 22 yards. So they did a lot of their damage on the ground today because you only got 5 receptions for AJ Brown. And the next closest person with catches was Gainwell, which was 1. so they did damage on the ground today.
Yeah, they did damage on the ground. They controlled the ball. You know, they had, you know, time of possession. Man, they definitely, you know, outnumbered the Giants. The Giants couldn't do nothing, man. They just couldn't do anything. That offense was pathetic.
Yeah, but Daniel Jones, 14 for 21, 99 yards. Then I guess another quarterback, Drew Lock, must have came in and gave him. He went 3 for 8. So he must have came in. Maybe Daniel Jones must have got hurt. That's one game I really didn't pay much attention to. I peeked at it here and there, but that's one game I didn't pay much attention to. So I don't know. That Daniel Jones experiment is gone. You need to get rid of that.
Yeah. They're gonna have to start transitioning away from him. They gave him the bag, you know, they gave him that bag, and you know, they feel as though they gotta stick with him and see if he can find something. You know, they try to make moves, but it looked like what they see is what they're gonna get. I don't think it's gonna get any better than that. He's a great scrambler when he needs to be, but he's just not consistent. He had good games. I mean, you know, when they went into Seattle and they beat Seattle, that was a great game. These guys can have a great game. They know how to have a great game plan, but they're just not consistent.
Yeah.
It's like from one game to the next, like it's like, you know, night to day, you know, and it makes you wonder, like, what's going on? Like, you know, why is it that you guys can go in Seattle and beat them pretty much handily and then come home and drop an egg against a team that you're much better than, you know? And it's just frustrating. It's been the story of their lives since they had Daniel Jones. It's been the story of their lives, man. They just can't stay consistent. They just can't build off of great wins and you know, they get these plays in the off season and it's just, they don't go anywhere. They just stay where they're at. And that's what it is right now. They 2-5 and they don't look like they're going anywhere. And they got some issues over there. They're going to have to, you know, figure out something. But yeah, it's just another disappointing year for them. Going down the slate, which is one of the games that I watched later on today, which was a great game too. But the Chiefs and 49ers, man, what can I say, man? Let me let it be known. I bet against the Chiefs. You know, I had the 49ers. I feel like it was a great spot for them to win at home. They went into they won their last game. They went into I'm gonna look and see who they beat. They had a great win. their last game. They went into, let me see what it was. Yeah, they went into Seattle. They was at Seattle, and that was a great win.
That was a good win for the 49ers against Seattle.
That was a great win against Seattle, which that Seattle team came off a great win coming home. And then you had a 49ers team that came off a loss going on the road. So it was a great win for them so that they can start something, because this is a team that needs to win now because they've been up and down, injuries or whatever the case may be, but they've been really, falling behind in their division. So that road win in Seattle was great. It was a great win, and I thought they had something. They coming home against a team that they lost in the Super Bowl. You got the revenge factor, and I just felt like it was a good spot for them, and man, what do you know? The Chiefs came and they just played a good game defensively. Their defense showed up today.
Their defense been showing up all year. I'll be honest with you, the defense been down.
Yes, man. And man, let me tell you, their defense is coming through, man. It's not so much Mahomes, man. Mahomes is not that guy that we're accustomed to seeing, 3 or 4 touchdowns, 300 plus yards. Man, he's been all right. He's been managing. He's been making plays.
He's been managing. He's been
managing, though, man, because his defense been just turning it up, man.
Look at his numbers today: 16 for 27, 154, and 2 interceptions.
2 interceptions.
Yeah,
you see that? If I read that stat on Mahomes, I would have thought he lost the game.
Yeah.
Against the 49ers, if I know he's going up against the 49ers with those numbers, those stats, he lost.
Yeah, I'm starting to be on your side, Stoney. I think the 49ers they had a run. They had a window of opportunity where they could have cashed in and maybe got a Super Bowl, maybe 2. So they had a run. I mean, and plus the injuries with them, man. It's just they are now just saying IU towards ACL. Debo was out today. CMC still out. These guys, I don't know. They always hurt. They're just always hurt. It's like they're always hurt, man. Like, and it's
always hurt.
Yeah. So, and CMC been healthy the last 2 years, which has been surprising. But our 49ers offenses, they're plug and play with their running backs. Their running backs always come in and do a good job.
Yes.
But now, I don't know, man. So they may back to the drawing board. And their defense is still decent. It's still decent, but it's just like they're getting long in the tooth as well. So they even have to retool some of this stuff and see how it goes, man.
Yeah, I mean, man, the thing is with them, man, like, they can't stay healthy. I mean, we know that. I mean, Debo, he always worries me. Ayuk, man, that guy can't catch a break. He just came off injury. Well, was it injury or where was it with him?
He was holding out for his contract.
That's what it was. I knew he was out because of something, but he was holding out for his contract. And look, he tears his ACL.
That was it. That was a hit, though. That my man hit him. He hit him right in the knee. So I seen it when it happened.
I saw that leg get funny. Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, I seen that leg. I see Shane. Shout out to, even though he's playing like shit, I don't want to see that for nobody for him in like that. Deshaun Watson, that was a bad injury for him today as well.
That was a bad injury.
Yeah, he's done. I mean, even though he playing like garbage anyway, and I don't want to see that. You know what I'm saying?
No. I mean, you don't want to wish that on nobody. It's like you don't want to wish anybody, going to jail. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like the same thing, man. It's kind of like, you don't want to wish bad on anybody, period. It's unfortunate, especially for Deshaun Watson with all the scrutiny he was receiving and the backlash and just everything that guy was going through. For him to go through that injury, a season-ending injury, and then the fans booing him. They booed him.
Yeah, they was cheering. When he got hurt, he got cheered. They cheered that he got hurt. That was crazy.
Yo, that's bad. And then makes you wonder, like, is that money that he got, is he gonna look at it like, I got the bag or whatever, or is he gonna take it upon himself to, like, you know what, let me try to, give these fans what they thought they was gonna get. Let me give these fans, great, because look, they can't. I mean, obviously they're gonna have to, like, not give up on him, but obviously they're gonna have to put another quarterback for now, because he's gonna be out the rest of this year, and he's gonna be out for a good portion of next year because of the time where, this time period where he caught that injury, which is the ACL. Depending on how his rehab goes, he's definitely gonna miss a good couple of weeks of next season.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what do? Are they gonna try to look for that next quarterback and see what happens? I mean, it's just a bad situation for Cleveland. I mean, it's just because in a perfect world, even though he was playing like shit, you would have to ride him out for the rest of the year. You would just have to, because of the money you invested in this guy. You have to ride him out and hope that he catches some type of, I don't know, some type of streak that he could take into next year. You just want this guy healthy. But for him to get that injury, on top of him playing horrible, it's just a bad situation to be in as a franchise that invested all this money into this guy. So, man, they have a lot of I don't know. They have a lot of talking and planning to do.
They look like they starting that fire sale a little bit, because they got rid of my man, the receiver. They traded Amari Cooper. There's talks about that Deshaun Watson contract is so big that they don't have the money to pay some other guys. Like they're talking about trading Myles Garrett because they don't have the money to re him up.
Yo, I'm not surprised, man. I'm not shocked. They shot the dice on that play, on that move, signing Deshaun Watson for that money and for the guaranteed. Let me tell you something. Had he been that guy that he was in Houston, they would have gotten a bargain in today's standards because of all the money. Think about it. All the money these guys are getting now, all this guaranteed, all these big contracts these guys are getting from Josh Allen, from Mahomes, to name a few quarterbacks, they would have gotten a bargain. Deshaun Watson, had he been that guy or even close to that guy, it would have been a bargain. And I think that's what they thought they was going to get. And they thought they was going to be ahead of that curve. That's what they was thinking, that they was going to be ahead of that curve. But man, if that shit just blew up in their face, man. The worst case scenario happened in that situation.
Worst case scenario, man. But like that whole, man, the Cleveland Browns been down for a long time, man. They right there with the damn Baltimore Orioles. Like the Orioles been doing good last 2 years, but it took at least 22 years for them to really, because they wasn't even thinking about it. They wasn't even winning when Kyle Ripken was there. The Orioles,
right? So they was down for a while.
Yeah, I think the Cleveland hasn't been good. I think they made the playoffs one time. Yeah, they made it last year with Flacco. That's right. They made it last year with Flacco.
Yes. And
then they made it a couple times before that. You can count them on one hand in the last decade, probably. If not two decades that you can count on one hand that they haven't been to the playoffs, man. I mean, and that's a shame because you can say that because that Raven team, Baltimore, it should be Cleveland's team. You know what I'm saying?
I was just about to say that.
That should be Cleveland's team.
So they just been having bad luck because what happens the year that they leave, I think they won it in the second year in Baltimore.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It wasn't too long when Baltimore won it. It wasn't too long after. So they just been struck with just bad luck. But look, they just got to continue to fight through it. You know, it's just one of those things. They try to make something happen with Deshaun Watson. It failed. They're just gonna have to start planning for the next move. Stop, the exit plan, the exit plan. Okay, how are we gonna get out of this and get into the next situation to better our team? Because this project that they started right here, it's a failure. I don't see it. I don't see it getting any better. I mean, he's done. He's not gonna come back until he'll be able to come back mid-season next season, if that. And what you're gonna get then? How long can you wait? So they're gonna have to draft that next quarterback. That's gonna have to be their move. And see what's gonna happen with Deshaun and try to make a trade where it's gonna work for both teams. They're gonna have to make it work for both teams, whether they're gonna have to take on a good chunk of that salary, get some picks. They got some work to do. Cleveland got some work to do. I mean, this is
they got a lot of work. They better make sure they got the right quarterback for the job. They better make sure they got the right GM for the job. Because he's gonna have to do some maneuvering.
They're gonna have to do some maneuvering, man. And just know they're gonna take a L. I mean, they took an L already, but they're gonna have to take an L on the way out. But hopefully that L they take on the way out, they can gain a win that may come through in years to come, because that's what they're gonna have to start doing right now. Let's start, reorganizing. Let's start, licking our wounds. So maybe in the next 3 or 4 years, we could be back on top, or back in, just in a good place again. Because this is a tough situation for them to be in. And what's the main thing out of this whole thing? It's just the guaranteed money. They guaranteed his whole contract.
They jumped the gun, man. They jumped the gun. They should have might have had let him play a year or two, and then threw some bread at him. Well, they probably wouldn't have threw no bread at him.
Yeah, have some type of safety net. Okay, we're gonna guarantee you these couple of years, and then we'll see after that. Have an outlet in case this project doesn't work. You always got to have an outlet in case the project doesn't work. You don't want to just handcuff yourself to this and realize that, man, you guys handcuff yourself to a bad situation. You needed to have an outlet, which is what a lot of teams do. They'll guarantee them, for example, the first 2 years, and maybe it'll be an option somewhere, right? Somewhere in the contract is an option where they can get out, or they could waive the play or release the play and not take a hit.
I mean, shout out to everybody that's coming into the sports game. You might want to highlight his agent, because his agent ran the super hustle.
His agent ran an incredible hustle. I don't know how.
I'm signing with him out of college, right? Look, let me find Deshaun Watson agent.
You got to.
So how you feel about this game tonight?
Man, this game, this is another interesting game, Stacks, man. Let me tell you, man, this Jets Steelers is such a interesting game in so many ways. You got Russell Wilson coming back. I don't know what that's about. A lot of people are back and forth about that. Like, why are we going with the unknown right now?
If you look at Justin Fields wasn't turning the ball over, but he's missing a lot of throws. Like he's missing a lot of throws.
Yes,
Pittsburgh's 27th in offense. Like, that's not good. I know you got to win him, but right now he's a glorified game manager. Then you got the receivers, they're starting to complain, like, bro, I can't get the rock. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand we winning, so I can't make too much waves when we winning, but this dude got to get up off the rock a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So you got to look at that at that point, and it's just a lot going on there with Pittsburgh. It's a lot.
Yep. I agree with you. I think that what was that last loss they had?
That Cowboy loss was a bad one.
That right there, I think, opened some eyebrows. Let me tell you something. Had he won that game and made those key plays, because it was key plays that he didn't make, is what cost him.
And that it was key plays, and even when they're on their winning streak, it was key plays he still wasn't making. And
the defense bailed him out.
Yeah, the defense bailed him out. I mean, and they ain't running the ball that well because the passing game ain't that like that. So I don't know, man. I mean, I root for Justin. I thought he got a raw deal in Chicago. I hope he reinvents himself. But if Russell comes out and plays good tonight, he kiss that job goodbye.
Kiss that job goodbye.
Kiss that job goodbye.
Especially against a Jets team
that's hungry.
That's hungry and that's ready to come and get a victory, man. They 2-4.
I would say this is a must win for the Jets.
This is a must win for the Jets.
This is a must win for the Jets.
Right. This is a must win for the Jets, especially Buffalo winning, because I think whoever makes it to the playoffs in this division is going to be the division winner.
Yeah.
You know, it's just that simple. It's like the division winner is going to make the playoffs in that division. It's not going to be, the runner-up having that. You have to win. If you want to make it to the playoffs in this division, you got to win it. I think it's that simple and plain. There's too many AFC teams that are playing really well right now.
Yeah, you got the Bengals making a little run right now.
Bengals,
Ravens.
You know what? Well, the Bills. They should win the division, but you got the Colts. You got the Colts.
That conference right there. I'm gonna go with Texas. May be the only people out that conference. The Colts are just that quarterback position is shaky for me.
It is. But I feel like there's going to be a division that's going to bring out 2 playoff teams. That's what I'm saying.
I think it's going to be the AFC South. I think with Pittsburgh. I think it's going to be Pittsburgh.
Yes.
Baltimore and potentially the Bengals. They could get 3.
Yes, and that's right. I think that division is going to be greedy.
Yeah,
they're going to be greedy, and they're going to take away from the other divisions where there might be 2 teams that can make the playoffs. But I don't think the AFC East has that type of division where 2 teams are going to come out of it. There's no way, especially with Miami. They lost today. Tua, he's not. I don't think he should come back this year, man. If they bring him back, man, they just doing a disservice to that guy, man. It's just. I mean, truthfully, I think he should retire. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I think he should retire. I think that concussion he took prior to this one recently, I felt like if he had another concussion, I think, they really gambling with his health and his life, man. Because this guy took it's not like he took like concussions that I'm not saying that any concussion is worse than others. I'm not saying that. I'm sure a concussion is a concussion. But the concussions that he sustained were just
when you get knocked out on them, that's a bad one.
The one where his hands was like curled up. Yeah. I never seen nothing like that. I see guys get concussions and they on the floor, they stiff, hands down, okay. But the one he had with his hands curled up, that was disturbing to see. And then this other one, he took his hands didn't curl up, but his arms went kind of a certain way. So he took some hard concussions, man, in his career.
Yeah, he took some. Like I said, man, he has the money. I don't know what it ain't worth it. I mean, I really wish somebody would step in that he respected and really talk to him. Because one more hit like that, man, he may be invested. I mean, I don't wish it on going forward. He may be bad. He just don't know yet. You know what I'm saying?
It's just too risky. It's just too risky, and I think they know that because they're not talking about any time of return. They don't know when he's coming back. We're already going into the 8th week of the season. The Dolphins are like what are they right now? They're like 2-4. And they got to be real careful dealing with him. And I think that they should keep him out the rest of the year. I really do. I don't think they should bring him back because it's just too risky. I think he's at a point where even just a sack, just a plain sack could cause damage to him. Any type of contact. That brain is probably fragile, and I mean, who knows, man? But I just feel like this division, the only team coming out in that AFC East is going to be the division winner.
Yeah.
I think, like you said, the AFC South, a lot of teams are going to come out of it. This is a division which I think I agree with you. The South, that's going to bring out at least 2 or 3 teams into the playoffs, and when that happens, it's just going to be slim pickings for the other division.
AFC North, that's my bag. It's AFC North, and we AFC East.
AFC North, yeah, it makes sense. Cincinnati, right? Cincinnati, the Bengals, and the Steelers,
Pittsburgh, and Boston.
Yeah. But I think they're gonna take a bulk of that those playoff spots.
Story, did you not the skip? Did you watch the Georgia-Texas game this weekend?
Yes, I did. And I'm not shocked. I'm not
shocked either. I'm shocked by the way they beat them. I am shocked by how they just demolished them at home at the crib. But can we go to? Yo, I've never seen the blatant cheating. How you throw pass interference, then huddle up, give Georgia the ball, and say, "Oh, we made a mistake," and took the flag back. I've never seen that in my life. Never seen that.
I know. I never seen that. Not on the pass interference.
Yo, the coach said something after the game, and we said, "Yo, they try to cheat us."
Yo, what the hell was that? I mean, you throw the pass interference. I mean, how you pick that flag back up, and it's like, okay, yeah, it was something strange about that. But that had that been the difference of the game, then it would have been a lot of uproar. But Georgia, they came into that game and they said, "Yo, fuck this shit. We're not this pushover team." They was a 4-point underdog.
It was. Listen.
That's disrespectful.
Yeah, I had it on the show, Stoney. I thought, and Texas still do have a national championship team. That's only one loss. It was
just one loss. They can still make it.
But Georgia problem is they just can't beat Bama. They just cannot beat Bama. They beat them before, but anytime, I don't know what it is with them and Bama, but if Bama's not on their schedule, they could win the national championship again. If Bama's not on their schedule.
They just know how to play them. It just be like that. It's just weird like that, how a team, like, they can't beat Bama, but they can beat a team that Bama can't beat.
Yeah.
It's just weird like that. It's just these teams, I guess they just know each other that well, or they have a great system that could contain that team and keep them in play, or keep them, contained, keep them contained. They just got a good system. It goes back to Nick Saban. I mean, Nick Saban knows how to play Georgia. They know what they like to do, what they do well, and what they like to do a lot, and they know how to go against that. And it's crazy how they do that. But look, they could go into Texas. I just feel like Texas didn't play a team of that magnitude.
Yeah.
Wow. I think they don't get me wrong. Texas is gonna be there. They're gonna be there. But I think that defensive tenacity that Georgia came in with a great game plan, man.
Yeah, they came in, like they said,
they wasn't playing around with these guys.
They came in and said, "Yo, we feel disrespected." Like, we came in. That defense was on that quarterback ass, dog, all night long.
All night long.
On
that ass.
Then they brought the Manning kid in. They was on his ass too.
It didn't make no difference.
It didn't make no difference.
They was on some shit, man. But let me tell you, to be a 4-point underdog, that was very disrespectful. I felt like it should have been maybe
1.5.
1.5.
Yeah.
I mean, 3 the most, but I think even 3 was stretching it a little bit. But you talking about Georgia? I mean, yeah, they got spanked by Bama on the road.
They didn't really get spanked, so remember they came back late.
They came back. I just think they wasn't ready. I think that Bama game. I
just think Bama got their number, like you said.
Bama knows how to play these guys. They know how to run with them, and look, you got to. I think this year's a 12-team playoff.
12 teams
tournament. 12 teams, and they may meet again. I don't know. It's going to be hard for Bama. They lost 2 games already, so
Bama may be done. I
think Bama might be done.
They still got to go to LSU.
Yes,
they still got to go to. There's some teams I know that I looked at peeked at their schedule.
Auburn, right? They got to play Auburn still. Even though Auburn,
that's a rivalry game, but you never know in those rivalry games. You know how those rivalry games be. So they still got to play Auburn. They got to go to LSU. I still think they got to go to Texas A&M, who's good. So they got some shit ahead of them, bro.
They got some shit ahead of them, man. That Tennessee loss was tough, man.
When they lost to Vanderbilt, that hurt them. But
I hurt them big, and it's gonna bite in the ass when they trying to make a case to get that spot in the playoffs.
But now Vanderbilt's ranked now, so Vanderbilt actually went on a little streak, and they got themselves in the rankings now. But I think if you started today, the 12 teams, Bama's out. They're not in.
Bama's out, right? They're out. What about Army? Army, shit.
They're way down there. They're way down there. If you go by, so the Army's ranked 23rd. So I think the last 12 actually took a peek at it this morning. The one person on that 12 line is Notre Dame. So that's the last person on that 12 line. So Notre Dame will be the last team in, even though they got a terrible loss to Northern Illinois. But they salvaged it and they won a couple straight after that and did what they had to do.
Yeah, because Army, man, they doing their thing, man.
Yeah, Army and Navy, both of them are ranked.
Yeah. Yeah, they doing their thing. It's gonna be interesting, man. I mean, 12 teams. I mean, it's gonna be interesting, man. I mean, it's
like now they got Oregon number 1.
Yeah, Oregon's playing good. That was a good win they had against Ohio State.
Yeah,
that was a good win, man. They defense, they playing good defense, man. Let me tell you, Oregon, they playing some good defense. Especially when their offense is really on point like that. But
right now in the top 12, you got Oregon, Georgia, Penn State, Ohio State, Texas. Hey, Stoney, shout out to the U.
Shout out to the U.
Shout out to the U. You got Tennessee.
Shout out to the U. I fucks with them, man.
Yeah, I fucks with them too, man. You got Tennessee, LSU, Clemson. Shout out to Iowa State and BYU. Stone, they're playing some good football right now.
Yeah, BYU scoring.
Yeah, Iowa State, BYU, Notre Dame. And then you got Bama at 15. But Bama still, their schedule, I just don't see, because now they still got to play Missouri, that's who they play next. Then after that, they got Missouri, LSU. They still got to play Oklahoma and Auburn. There's another L in there somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, there is.
There's another L in there somewhere. So shout out to them, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. This is the first year of the 12 teams tournament. There's gonna be a lot of teams that felt like they should have been in there last year, so they're gonna get the opportunity. All those teams that felt like they got sideswiped or whatever the case may be, hey, you're gonna have your opportunity this year because they added more slots to the tournament. So it's gonna be interesting, man. I didn't think it would ever happen. I never thought it would happen. I mean, you just remember back, shit, it used to just be 2 teams. Like fuck everybody else. It used to be 2 teams. Whoever the top 2 teams ranked, that was the national championship.
That was it. The top 2 teams. That was it. Whoever feelings hurt, oh well.
It was whatever. Now they stretched it a little bit. I think they stretched it to 4 games, right? The 2.
Yeah.
And now Now they got 12. So, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be more money for them. But NCAA, they're gonna make some change off of that.
Shout out to
that's just more revenue for them.
One more thing, man. Tuesday night started the NBA.
Oh man. Yes, sir.
Ring ceremony.
Yeah.
We couldn't have started the season off with a better team than the Knicks because, I just don't know where the hate come from the Celtics so bad. Like, you know what I mean? Like the hate,
they hate.
It's crazy.
But I think the hate is coming from the old regime. The Celtics always been hated. This town and the whole Irish and all this and that. They haven't fully embraced the new wave that's going on right now. The new wave of Celtics basketball, where we drafting, where we're bringing up players, where we're working with players and watching them grow and becoming a team like the Warriors. They're not appreciating that. Watching the team go through that journey, where they, we took L's. We made it to the East Conference and came up short. We made it to the finals and came up short. But then we finally go over that hump. I feel like people should appreciate that. We're not just buying players. We're not just buying teams. The team they should be hating is the Lakers. That's who they should be hating. Because they doing it in a way where it's not fun. You got a guy dictating who's gonna come, who's not, and picking, all this soap opera stuff where you got a team like us. We're doing it the natural way, man. We're drafting players, we're developing players, we're doing it the natural way. We're humble, we're not demanding too much attention, we're not doing too much to get the attention. We're just playing basketball, So I don't know where the hate's coming from because we're not doing anything that would cause hate, but we're doing it natural. You know what I'm saying? We took L's. You seen us. They watched it all. You seen us draft these players. You seen us make these trades. You seen these players develop and grow. And we finally got over the hump. It's a great story, man. We did it the right way, the natural way.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
The natural way, like you said.
Yeah, natural, man. We
players who drafted there. You know what I'm saying? Like we traded for Porzingis and we traded away a guy that you know what I'm saying, that was a building block for our team and smart. And
yes,
like we traded for Drew Holiday. We traded Rob Williams. You know what I'm saying? And that was a guy that was here. So and this smoke about him coming back to the Celtics. You heard that? You heard about that?
No, I didn't hear about that. I didn't.
Yeah, I guess got him up on the trading block. So I mean, I wouldn't mind having him back as a backup. You know what I'm saying? He may be all right as a backup. We definitely need somebody to back up Porzingis for sure.
Yes, we definitely need somebody to back up Porzingis because Porzingis is not built to, to log a lot of games, or log a lot of minutes during the game. He's a guy that they're gonna have to manage his minutes because you want him to be fresh and healthy for the playoff run. He's not that guy that could go through that whole season and the grind and expect him to be healthy. There's some type of nagging injury is gonna come up at the worst time, which we lucked out. I mean, look, real quick, he got us game one.
He did.
Right? He got us game one. He got us a game in that Miami game.
Yeah.
So he got us games. He got us enough games where we was able to win the championship. Those games he won it for us. And we thankful for that because it's better than that than nothing. I mean, you could imagine if he was gone before the playoffs started. We might have not won game one, so we got enough out of him that we was able to secure that championship. But on another note, real quick, since we talking about basketball real quick, before we, before we log off, right? How about Kawhi? What the hell is going on over there? He's gone. He's done. He's out indefinitely.
Yo, Stoney, I don't think he cares about basketball. I think he likes what basketball can do for him. I don't think he cares about basketball. Some about when he came from San Antonio, like after San Antonio, he left there. I mean, I'm sorry. After he left Toronto, because Toronto. He was cold-blooded there.
Yes.
Yeah. Kawhi really had a chance. Yo, you might have been. I mean, maybe I'm going over the edge a little bit. But if he would have stayed that same player there was talks about him being better than LeBron, if you can remember.
Yes. Because the fact that he won championship with two different teams and him being that factor, it's like, yo, man, his stock went up.
Yeah.
Rightfully so, because he was that difference in both those championships for both those teams. So he was a generational player.
Yeah.
You know, so if we could get this generational player, I think that Toronto championship, I think that really boosted his stock because he took a team that just was dead in the water, damn near. Toronto,
yeah.
Come on, you kidding me? You telling me they're gonna win a championship? I would have been like, yeah, get out of here. Think about it. That team had no type of championship vibes about them, right? It was nothing championship about them. Like you couldn't look at that team and say, "Oh yeah, they're like a year away from a championship."
Yeah,
you know, here come this guy, right? His first year,
yeah,
and took him all the way through, and he made that game-winning shot in Philly. He took over the finals, and they saw a star. A star was born. We got to get this guy, and then it's been anything but that since.
Yep.
Like, I don't know. Let me tell you that they have some thinking to do as well. But lucky for them that a lot of these NBA players, they like these little short-term contracts. So then they won't be strapped too long with him. Because I think he extended for like another couple of years, I think 2 or 3 years.
That long. And that owner, he just built them a brand new stadium. So that owner's now he's gonna start to put his foot down and look. I ain't build this stadium so we could keep fucking losing. Like, we got to bring some players up in here.
Yeah, so they definitely gonna make some moves really quick. I think they gave Kawhi, his time, to do what he had to do. I think the time is now. I think they knew that already, and here go another setback. He's out indefinite, which means he's gonna be out for a while. Whenever you see it plays out indefinitely, that's just not a good sign. It's just not. There's no timetable. It's not good. So they need to just go back to the drawing boards and figure out how they're gonna get out of that. They could trade him. I think it's not gonna be hard to get him traded. Like if they have to go that route, it won't be hard. There's gonna be a team that's willing to take that project because that's what it is.
Yeah, it's gonna take some team with a patient GM and a patient coach. Yes. I can see. Like, he might be a coach's worst nightmare. Like, yo, bro, I can't even deal with this dude.
Yeah, he's I don't know. I'm a big fan of Kawhi. He plays the game the right way. He's low key. I like guys like him. That's just a hard worker. He plays the game the right way. He does the right thing. I like watching guys like him play. And I was a big fan of his. I still am, but it's like I've been questioning his worth ethic. The last couple of years. I mean, I don't know. These injuries he got, like I don't know, man. I don't know where's he getting it from. I watch his games. I don't know where he get these injuries. I don't see too much. I don't see too many plays where he could injure those or have those type of injuries. It's like he plays. I see him play a game, and next thing you know, he's on the injured reserve.
Yeah, right.
Swelling in the knee, but yeah, he went off for 30 points. The night before. And then, it's one thing you see a player get hit somewhere, he's running, you see it sometimes, but with him, it's like, I don't see it. I see him go off, and the next thing you know, he's out because he has swelling in the knee. Something's going on with it's his knees. you know, most of the injuries that they report on him is his knee. You know, so
Yeah.
I don't know, but it is what it is. You know, we ain't got to worry about that. That's not our problem. I mean, you know, we're healthy and, you know, ready to go. So that's a blessing. But yes, the 22nd, that's gonna be a big night. Yo, we about to get off this. You know, it's been a great show. Stacks, we've been, you know, we was kicking it nice today, man. I love the way we broke a lot of things down, man. You know, we analyzed these games, and you know, we had our take on each game, man. It was great. Quickly though, I just want to just give out a best bet for tomorrow, real quick. I'm taking the Buccaneers tomorrow, plus 3.5 against the Ravens. It's a ballsy play. It's very ballsy because the Ravens are playing really well. They doing their thing, but they on the road against a Buccaneers team that can score. They can match scoring, right? They could go back and forth with these guys, and I feel like this may happen tomorrow night. It might be a back and forth, and it may come down to a field goal. I love the 3.5. I don't have to buy the 0.5 point, but yeah, that's my best bet for tomorrow is Buccaneers 3.5, man. So when you get a chance, go to the window and you know, make that play, man, because you won't be between it.
Shout out to that. WNBA championship game 5 tonight, Minnesota and New York Liberty. That's all I got to say. And shout out to the Milton Wildcats. Again, they gets no love on this show. I don't know why.
Yes, man, shout out to the Milton Wildcats, man. There was no game. They didn't have a game this weekend. You know, this weekend there was no games this weekend, but you know, they've been practicing, they've been working hard. They're trying to get better. Next weekend they'll be back in action. But yeah, man, I second that shout out to them, man. Definitely, they working hard, man.
Shout out to Wellesley High too. Wellesley High, they've been playing well too. But yeah, that's all I got, man. That's all I got, man.
Yeah, man. Yo, great show, man. Shout out to Mr. Beans and Sean Doe. They'll be back with us Thursday. You know, we'll be back in, you know, full effect, man. Shout out to them, man. You know, we thinking about you guys, man, and you know, we'll see you guys soon. Thanks to everybody that you know, came out and watched our show tonight, man. Shout out to you guys, man. Shout out to everybody, man. This is Parlay with us, man. Definitely.
What's the over and under? Beans brought back them sweaters from Howard.
I think the under, man. I'll take the under. You know, I take the under, man. But hey, he can shock us, man. He has that opportunity, you know. So we'll see, man. But I'll take the under on that, man, respectfully. But hey, man, we'll see, man. You know, there's room for surprises, man. So you know, we'll see, man.
All right, man.
Definitely, man. Yeah, man. Shout out to everybody, man. We'll see you guys soon, man. Yo, we out of here, man. Definitely.
God to make moves. Doobie don't snooze on your back, cause they hate you. Dog break through, son get through, but I'm break. God to make moves. Doobie don't snooze on your back, cause they hate you. Dog break through, son get through.